I can absolutely relate, but we've talked a lot about having blockages and things of that nature and having money blockage issues due to thought. So
Mhm.
what does it look like? What does money trauma look like when it shows up in business and in decision making? Because we talked about not charging what you think that you're worth and the visit. How does that actually look as far as coaching a client?
So um, I start with your money story. So we tease out what is it that what was your general feeling of about money, about wealth, about rich people, about sales, about being sold to as you were growing up? What is your earliest memory about anything to do with money, whether it's having a piggy bank, whether it's, delivering newspapers and getting paid for it? Um, how do you feel about borrowing money, lending money, giving money? All of those things, we put it together, and that is your money story that you're operating from now. So, when you were choosing a career path when you were in high school or university or college, why did you choose that career path? Because that is very indicative of the wealth path that you thought you should be on, right? Where did that come from? And was that your choice? So we start with your money story, and that shows the blocks that you would have against um, that you would show in your business. So, for example, if you used to, if you have lent money to people and people just never pay you back, and then you said, I'm never going to lend anybody any money again, um, and you tend to hold on to money. Those kind of people, sometimes their blockages, they won't invest in their business. They won't invest in learning. They'll think that they're going to do everything themselves. And that because if they pay somebody, they're going to get taken advantage of, right? It's not going to pan out. They're going to be used. They're going to be exploited. And it's that lack of trust when it comes to money. And that's just one way. Some people learn it, they've given money to charities and then they've been disappointed in the charities or to church. Um, some people, they just never had any money and they feel such a sense of unworthiness when it comes to having any type of wealth in their life.
Mhm.
Uh, and they go through like maybe a feast and famine. They might get paid from a client and then just squander it, just release it, get rid of it because their nervous system is set so low that they actually, even though it's dysfunctional, even though they don't want to not have any money, it's set so low that your nervous system will always set you back to what you believe, to what you're comfortable with. So if you're comfortable with nothing, you will, no matter how much money you earn, you will get yourself back to nothing. And, that's why there will be people who win the lottery and 5 years later they have nothing
Right.
because they got an influx of money, but their identity and their money mindset did not get upgraded along with their bank account. Their bank account got upgraded and they were still on that old programming, not knowing how am I now a person who has multi-million dollars overnight when I was a person who made $50,000 a year. You're still the $50,000 a year person inside. And so that work as an entrepreneur needs to be done so that you can not just effectively price and sell, but you can receive and you can actually keep the money. You can invest it in a healthy way that it circulates.